In the journey of spiritual awakening, there's a hidden shadow that many overlook. As one seeks enlightenment, a darker side often emerges, filled with feelings of depression, loneliness, and hopelessness. Imagine reaching for the light, only to find yourself surrounded by darkness. What happens when the very path meant to uplift you begins to weigh you down? This is a reality for many on their spiritual quests. The highs of enlightenment can quickly turn into deep valleys of despair. Have you ever felt isolated, as if no one understands your journey? It's not uncommon to experience moments where the weight of your awakening feels unbearable. As you peel back the layers of your soul, old wounds may resurface, bringing forth emotions that challenge your newfound beliefs. Why do so many seekers experience this turmoil, and what does it mean for their journey? Stay tuned as we delve into these complex emotions, exploring the often unspoken struggles that accompany spiritual growth. It's time to shed light on the darker aspects of awakening and unveil the truths that can transform despair into empowerment. Are you ready to confront the shadows within? Let's dive deeper. Unrealistic expectations. Many people embark on a spiritual journey with lofty goals in mind. They often envision achieving a state of heightened consciousness, where everything seems perfect and blissful. However, this pressure to attain such an elevated state can lead to frustration. When the reality doesn't match those high expectations, individuals may feel inadequate or even lost. It's common for them to question their progress and wonder why they haven't reached that ideal state yet. The journey towards spiritual awakening is often portrayed as glamorous and fulfilling, yet it can be quite the opposite. Instead of feeling enlightened, many may find themselves grappling with feelings of disappointment. They might look around and see others seemingly thriving, which only amplifies their feelings of failure. This comparison can create a vicious cycle of self-doubt and negativity, making it hard to appreciate the small victories they achieve along the way. As individuals strive for these unrealistic ideals, they may overlook the importance of patience and self-compassion. Spiritual growth is not a straight path. It's filled with ups and downs. The pressure to constantly feel enlightened can lead to burnout and a sense of disconnection from oneself. Recognizing that it's okay to have off days is crucial in maintaining a healthy perspective on spiritual development. In essence, the desire to reach a pinnacle of awareness can blind individuals to the beauty of their current experiences. Instead of focusing on what they haven't achieved, they might benefit from celebrating where they are right now. It's important to shift the mindset from striving for perfection to embracing the journey, with all its imperfections and lessons. Lastly, letting go of unrealistic expectations can open the door to a more authentic and fulfilling spiritual experience. Rather than chasing an idealized version of enlightenment, individuals can learn to find joy and meaning in the everyday moments of life. This shift in perspective can alleviate much of the pressure and allow for genuine growth to unfold naturally. Social disconnection. As people undergo spiritual awakenings, it's not uncommon for them to feel a sense of disconnection from their previous social circles. Relationships that once felt fulfilling may start to feel superficial or draining. This shift can lead to isolation as individuals distance themselves from those who do not share or resonate with their new perspectives. Friends and family might not understand their transformation, leaving them feeling misunderstood and alone. The process of awakening often involves questioning long-held beliefs and values, which can create a rift in relationships. Friends who once shared similar interests may no longer connect on the same level, leading to awkward interactions. As a result, many find themselves retreating inward, seeking solace in solitude rather than engaging with others. This withdrawal can be comforting initially, but may eventually lead to feelings of loneliness and despair. Moreover, the desire for deeper, more meaningful connections can create further discontent. Individuals may yearn to find like-minded souls, who understand their journey, but this search can be challenging. The feeling of being an outsider can intensify, making it difficult to engage in social situations. It can feel as though they are living in two different worlds, unable to fully belong to either. This social disconnection can also affect mental health. The lack of supportive relationships may exacerbate feelings of isolation and depression. When individuals feel cut off from their communities, it can lead to a downward spiral of negative emotions. They may start to question their choices and wonder if they made a mistake in pursuing their spiritual path. Ultimately, finding balance is key. While it's natural to evolve and change, maintaining connections with others can be crucial for emotional well-being. Seeking out new communities or groups that align with their spiritual values can help combat feelings of isolation. Building a support network of understanding individuals can make the journey feel less lonely and more enriching. Confronting the shadow. Embarking on a journey of self-discovery often brings individuals face to face with their shadow aspects, those parts of themselves they would rather ignore. As they delve deeper into their psyche, unresolved traumas and negative emotions can resurface, creating discomfort and pain. This confrontation can be jarring, as individuals are forced to acknowledge feelings they might have buried for years. Initially, this process can feel overwhelming. The emotional turmoil can manifest as anxiety, sadness, or even anger. The realization that they must confront these buried feelings can lead to a sense of dread. However, it's important to understand that this is a necessary part of healing and growth. Without addressing these shadow aspects, individuals may struggle to move forward on their spiritual path. As they work through these emotions, individuals may find themselves experiencing a range of feelings, from sorrow to relief. The process can be cathartic, allowing for breakthroughs and deeper understanding. Yet it's not without its challenges. Revisiting past traumas can be painful and may require a support system to navigate. Having someone to talk to or a professional to guide them can make a significant difference during this phase. Moreover, confronting the shadow can lead to greater self-awareness and acceptance. Individuals often emerge from this struggle with a newfound understanding of themselves and their motivations. They may learn to embrace their imperfections and recognize that pain can be a teacher. This acceptance can foster compassion towards themselves and others, creating a more profound connection to their spiritual journey. In the end, while facing the shadow can be uncomfortable, it is an essential step in the process of self-discovery. By acknowledging and integrating these aspects, individuals can move towards a more authentic and holistic sense of self. Embracing all parts of themselves allows for a richer, more fulfilling spiritual experience. Increased sensitivity. As individuals progress on their spiritual journeys, they may notice an increase in sensitivity and empathy. This heightened awareness can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, being more attuned to the feelings of others can foster deeper connections and understanding. On the other hand, this sensitivity can become overwhelming, leading to emotional exhaustion and feelings of depression. Many find themselves absorbing the emotions and energies of those around them, which can be a lot to handle. Being in crowded places or around negative energy can feel draining, as their heightened sensitivity makes them more susceptible to external influences. This can lead to a constant state of emotional upheaval, where they feel intensely affected by the mood of their environment. As a result, individuals may start to withdraw from social situations to protect their emotional well-being. While seeking solitude can provide relief, it can also reinforce feelings of isolation. The struggle lies in finding a balance between being open-hearted and safeguarding one's emotional health. Learning to set boundaries becomes vital in managing this increased sensitivity. Additionally, this emotional overload can lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair. When one is constantly surrounded by pain and suffering, it can be challenging to maintain a positive outlook. This cycle of emotional overwhelm can contribute to deeper issues such as anxiety and depression, making it crucial for individuals to seek support and practice self-care. Ultimately, embracing this sensitivity is about finding ways to navigate the emotional landscape without becoming overwhelmed. Engaging in grounding practices such as meditation or spending time in nature can help restore balance. By understanding their sensitivity as a gift rather than a burden, individuals can learn to channel their empathy in constructive ways, enriching their spiritual journey rather than detracting from it. Loss of identity. As people embark on their spiritual journeys, they often find themselves reassessing their beliefs and values. This process can be enlightening, but it can also lead to confusion and disorientation. Imagine someone who has always identified strongly with their career. Once they start exploring spirituality, they may question whether their job truly reflects their values. This questioning can create a rift between who they thought they were and who they are beginning to become. It's like looking in the mirror and seeing a stranger staring back at you. This crisis of identity can be particularly unsettling. Individuals may feel lost, unsure of their place in the world. Friends and family might notice the changes and express concern, further complicating the situation. The person grapples with feelings of inadequacy, wondering if they are doing something wrong by changing their perspective. They might find it hard to communicate these feelings to those around them, creating a sense of isolation. Moreover, the re-evaluation of beliefs can lead to a sense of urgency to find a new identity. People may rush into adopting new labels or philosophies to fill the void. However, this can often feel superficial and may not provide the solace they seek. Instead of finding clarity, they might feel even more confused as they try to navigate through different spiritual ideologies. It's a bit like trying on a series of outfits, but none seem to fit quite right. In many cases, the struggle with identity becomes an internal battle. The desire to connect with a higher self clashes with the remnants of past beliefs. This push and pull can create an emotional roller coaster. One moment, they might feel empowered, and the next, they could be questioning their very existence. It's a challenging process, but it's also an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. As individuals work through their identity crisis, they may eventually find a deeper sense of self. This journey, though fraught with challenges, can lead to a more authentic understanding of who they are. It's about peeling back layers, confronting fears, and ultimately emerging stronger and more aligned with their true essence. Disillusionment with the new path. The search for spiritual experiences can often become a double-edged sword. Initially, the thrill of exploring new practices and philosophies can feel exhilarating. However, as individuals dive deeper, they may find themselves grappling with disillusionment. When the expected transformations don't materialize, frustration can set in. It's like eagerly anticipating a concert only to find that the performance falls flat. This disillusionment can stem from unrealistic expectations. People often enter their spiritual journeys with a vision of what enlightenment or awakening should look like. When reality fails to meet these expectations, it can lead to disappointment. They may start to question the validity of their experiences and wonder if they are on the right path at all. This self-doubt can be incredibly disheartening. Furthermore, the pursuit of spiritual highs can feel like chasing a mirage. Some individuals may become addicted to the quest for the next powerful experience. When those experiences don't come, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy. They might think, if I'm not having these breakthroughs, am I doing something wrong? This line of thinking can spiral into a cycle of frustration and self-criticism. As disillusionment creeps in, individuals may also find themselves distancing from their previous practices, They might abandon rituals, meditations, or communities that once brought them joy. This disconnect can amplify feelings of isolation and confusion as they struggle to find their footing in a world that no longer feels familiar. The journey, once filled with excitement, can start to feel burdensome. Ultimately, navigating disillusionment can be a pivotal part of spiritual growth. It forces individuals to reassess their motivations and desires. While it can be a painful process, it can also lead to a more grounded and authentic spiritual practice. By embracing the ups and downs, they can cultivate resilience and a deeper understanding of what spirituality truly means to them. Guilt and shame. The pursuit of spirituality often comes with a heavy burden of guilt and shame. Many individuals find themselves grappling with the feeling that they are not living up to an idealized version of spiritual enlightenment. This can be particularly challenging when they compare themselves to others who seem to be thriving in their spiritual journeys. The internal dialogue can quickly turn negative, leading to feelings of unworthiness. When guilt and shame arise, it can feel like a weight pressing down on the individual. They might think, "Why can't I meditate like that person?" Or, "Why do I still struggle with these emotions?" Such thoughts can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy, creating a cycle that is hard to break. Instead of focusing on their progress, they become fixated on perceived failures. This emotional turmoil can also lead to avoidance behaviors. People may shy away from spiritual communities or practices that trigger these feelings. They might stop attending workshops or retreats, fearing judgment from others. This isolation can deepen their sense of shame, making them feel even more disconnected from their spiritual goals. Moreover, the culture of spirituality often promotes an image of perfection. The idea that one must be constantly positive or enlightened can be damaging. It creates an unrealistic standard that many feel they cannot meet. This pressure can lead to burnout and resentment as individuals struggle to keep up with the expectations placed upon them, both by themselves and by society. However, acknowledging and working through feelings of guilt and shame can be transformative. It allows individuals to embrace their imperfections and understand that struggles are a natural part of the journey. By fostering self-compassion, they can move towards a more authentic experience of spirituality, one that honors both their light and shadow. Difficulties in accepting reality. As individuals embark on their spiritual journeys, they often find themselves yearning for elevated states of consciousness. This pursuit can sometimes lead to a disconnect from everyday life. The challenges of our daily existence, work, relationships, and responsibilities might feel mundane or even burdensome in comparison to the blissful experiences they seek. This dissonance can cause frustration as they grapple with the gap between their spiritual aspirations and the reality they face. Moreover, this denial can manifest in various ways. Some might ignore their emotional or physical needs, convincing themselves that they should be above such concerns. They may feel guilty for experiencing negative emotions, believing that they should always maintain a positive outlook. This mindset can lead to a dangerous cycle of avoidance, where the individual neglects essential aspects of their life, leading to further dissatisfaction and emotional turmoil. People often encounter a sense of isolation when they begin to reject the realities of their lives. Friends and family may not understand their spiritual pursuits, leading to strained relationships. In trying to elevate themselves, they might inadvertently push away those who care for them, creating a sense of loneliness. This isolation can deepen feelings of frustration as they long for connection but feel disconnected from those around them. The inability to accept reality can also hinder personal growth. When individuals deny their challenges, they miss the opportunity to learn and evolve from them. Facing life's difficulties can foster resilience, understanding, and empathy. By avoiding these lessons, they may find themselves stuck, unable to move forward on their spiritual path. This stagnation can be disheartening as they watch others grow and flourish while they remain in a state of denial. Ultimately, accepting reality is a crucial part of any spiritual journey. It requires a balance between aspiration and acknowledgement of the present moment. Embracing both the highs and lows of life can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling spiritual experience. By doing so, individuals can cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. Temporality of spiritual experiences. Spiritual journeys are often marked by intense moments of clarity and euphoria. These experiences can feel transformative, providing a sense of connection to something greater than oneself. However, such highs are frequently followed by periods of darkness and sadness. This cyclical nature of spiritual experiences can be bewildering and emotionally taxing for many. The stark contrast between joy and despair can leave individuals feeling unstable and unsure of their path. During these low periods, individuals may question the validity of their previous experiences. They might wonder if those moments of enlightenment were genuine or merely fleeting feelings. This doubt can lead to a sense of disillusionment as the highs become less frequent and the lows more pronounced. Instead of feeling uplifted by their spiritual journey, they may find themselves trapped in a cycle of emotional highs and lows, struggling to find a stable ground. Moreover, the anticipation of experiencing another high can lead to anxiety. Individuals may begin to seek out experiences obsessively, hoping to recreate that initial feeling of euphoria. This quest can become exhausting as they chase after moments of clarity that seem increasingly elusive. The pressure to achieve these highs can overshadow the importance of being present and appreciating the journey itself. The temporality of spiritual experiences also raises questions about dependency. When individuals rely on these highs as a source of validation, they risk becoming trapped in a cycle of seeking rather than growing. They may overlook the quieter, more subtle moments of growth that occur in between the peaks and valleys. True spiritual development often lies in the mundane, everyday experiences that teach resilience and patience. Recognizing the temporary nature of spiritual highs can ultimately lead to a more grounded approach to spirituality. Embracing the ebb and flow of experiences allows individuals to appreciate the journey without becoming attached to specific outcomes. This acceptance fosters a deeper connection to oneself and the world, paving the way for more profound growth and understanding. Risk of spiritual dependency. As people delve deeper into their spiritual journeys, there is a risk of developing a dependency on spiritual experiences. This dependency can manifest as an incessant need to seek out new practices, teachings, or experiences in the hope of achieving that initial sense of connection or enlightenment. While exploration is a natural part of growth, it can become problematic when it serves as a means of escaping from reality. Individuals may find themselves constantly on the lookout for the next workshop, retreat, or spiritual teacher, believing that each new experience will provide the answers they seek. This quest can lead to an endless cycle of consumption, where the individual becomes more focused on the experience itself rather than the lessons it offers. The thrill of the chase can overshadow the very essence of spirituality, which is about inner growth and understanding. Moreover, this dependency can prevent individuals from addressing their underlying emotional issues. Instead of confronting feelings of sadness, anger, or fear, they may turn to spiritual practices as a form of avoidance. This behavior can create a facade of progress, masking deeper issues that need attention. When individuals rely solely on spiritual experiences to cope with life's challenges, they may find themselves unprepared to face reality when those experiences are not available. The risk of dependency also extends to relationships. Individuals caught in the cycle of seeking may find it difficult to connect with others who do not share their intense focus on spiritual pursuits. This can lead to isolation and loneliness as they prioritize their quest for enlightenment over meaningful connections with people in their lives. As a result, they may miss out on the richness of human experiences that can enhance their spiritual growth. Ultimately, recognizing the signs of spiritual dependency is crucial for maintaining a balanced approach to spirituality. It is essential to cultivate a practice that encourages self-reflection and emotional honesty. By doing so, individuals can foster a deeper, more authentic connection to their spirituality that is less reliant on external experiences and more rooted in their inner truths. As we explore the darker side of spiritual awakening, it's essential to remember that these feelings of depression, loneliness, and hopelessness are not the end of the journey. They are part of a transformation. Think about it. Every hero faces trials before they rise. Have you felt lost in your own awakening? You're not alone. Many have walked this path and emerged stronger. Embrace the discomfort. It's a sign of growth. Ask yourself, what lessons can I learn from this darkness? Each struggle can uncover deeper truths about who you are and what you truly desire. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out for support. Connecting with others can illuminate your path, reminding you that you're part of a larger community. As we wrap up, reflect on this. What does your inner light seek to reveal during these challenging times? Consider journaling or meditating on your experiences. Remember, every shadow has its source of light. By facing these emotions head-on, you're not just awakening, you're evolving. So, what will you do next in your journey? Your spiritual awakening is just beginning. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and above all, keep shining bright.